Hello, Virgo. Thank you so much for tuning in to your full moon reading. So, if you're new here, my name is Melissa, and I do tarot readings based off of the full moon energy as well as the new moon energy. Today, we're looking at your full moon for March 9th. We're looking at the waxing period where we're working toward a new moon. So, that'll happen around March 24th. So, we're going to look at that energy, what you need to release, what's kind of coming to the surface for you to deal with, whatever comes up in the cards. That's what we're looking at for you. So yes, quick little announcement. I did reach a milestone that I'm very grateful for. You guys, I couldn't have done it without you. And I know we'll continue to grow. So I want to say thank you. And I did post a video like a week or so ago with a little bit of a celebration, maybe some giveaways. So check that out. Head over to the channel, scroll through the videos, look for the 1000 subscriber video. So check that out. All right, let's get in there. I'm going to use my pendulum to decide which deck to use. Which deck are we using for Virgo? Oh, that one hasn't come up yet. All right, we're using Tarot of the Old Path, which I believe is out of print. All right, Virgo. What is Virgo's current energy, please? All right. Ooh, I like it. Virgo's energy. Okay, Virgo's energy for this full moon, March 9th. There we go. That's a lot. All right, we're taking 4. First one that came out was the Ace of Cauldrons or the Ace of Cups. I love it. And then we have the Eight of Cauldrons. I don't love it so much. Okay, here we go. Let's get in there. 5 of Rods, 10 of Rods, which are wands. Cauldrons, rods, cups, wands. All right. So we started off really good. Like this is, your cup runneth over vibes. Like, like being very new love, a new beginning on a love journey, what have you. It's kind of just. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by the waterfalls in the background. I don't. It's not filling the cup. It's filling around the cup. Never noticed that before. This is the first deck I ever got. I've had this deck for over 20 years. I never noticed that before. But it seems to be filling around. Maybe because I did notice the Eight of Cauldrons walking away from it. Heading in another direction. Taking, taking some with you, but leaving some behind. Not really. And he is going away from this cup. So I feel like maybe this is not necessarily a new love, but maybe it was a new love and you've already decided that this isn't great, possibly because there's a lot of conflict. Okay, so we have this 5 of Wands that they're fighting. They're fighting. There's drama and conflict and fighting. And then we have the 10 of Rods, which is burdened, can't carry the load, just taking on too much. And I kind of feel like that's where your energy's at now. I do feel like this is going toward a relationship read. I just feel like you're in a relationship and you thought it was peaches and cream, but you're ready to peace out because there's just too much drama and it's just too much work for you to stay in it. That's what I got. All right, let's see. That's our current energy. What can we do about it? What does Virgo need to know about it? That's maybe. All right, first was strength. Okay, yeah. And then we have the Lovers. Okay, 2 majors. That's great. And then 3 more cards came out. We have the 9 of Rods, which we already have the 5 and the 10. Okay, this is defensive. 2 of Swords, fighting, making a decision. More fighting. And then Queen of Cauldrons at the end there. Okay, I love it. All right, so I feel like what you need to know and what you can do, definitely stay defensive, but you need to make a decision. Okay? stay defensive, but you do need to make a decision. Again, Lover's card is kind of about making a decision too. It's, yeah. Anyways, strength. I'm going backwards. That distracted me. Okay, so strength. It's gonna take some strength to make a choice. I kind of feel like I don't normally see that with the Lover's card, but I really feel like there is actually somebody else that you might have in mind. Somebody that you were defensive about, because I'm seeing both of these. Okay, like this is kind of should I get off the pot, make a decision. Again, conflicting yourself or contradicting yourself, having kind of an inner conflict, but needing to ultimately make a decision. I'm kind of getting that from this too, but I kind of feel like the decision is really actually between two people. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting. So I think there might be somebody else involved that you're considering. Okay, but it's gonna take some, like, you're gonna have to grow a pair a little bit. Okay. Like it's not gonna be a decision that you take lightly. But I feel you getting that strength, making the decision. But it's, again, then we come back here to the 9 of Rods, which is, being defensive. You're gonna have to be careful. I feel like you're gonna need to have some inner strength, and kind of tiptoe. I'm getting tiptoe. Like, don't wake daddy. Like, yeah, I don't know if that's like still a thing or not. There was a game, I think, when I was a kid, or maybe when my kids were kids. I don't know. They still are, some of them. Like, don't wake daddy. It's like, like you're trying to get through the room to get a snack without waking him up. Like, that's kind of the image that's coming up, is, like, you're gonna have to tiptoe a little bit. You're gonna have to be careful. You're gonna have to be very defensive. You're gonna probably, some defending yourself might come into play there. But like, yeah, you're gonna have to grow a pair in order to get through it, in order to take the first steps. See what I'm saying? But ultimately there is a decision that needs to be made. Now, I want to talk about this Queen of Cauldrons, or this Queen of Cups. I feel like I'm actually not gonna pull any more cards. I feel like that is a progression for me, from the Ace to the Queen. Not a king, but it is the Queen, and I feel like it's the perfect progressive path, I think, that is going on. Like, if I read each card individually in order, I feel like, it started off as a new love. You decided that there was, it wasn't quite exactly what you wanted. You put in some effort, and you're gonna just leave it at that and take what you've learned, and you're gonna move on, because there was some conflict, there was fighting. You felt like you were working harder than the other person. You felt like, burdened or overwhelmed, and you were just carrying a heavier load, more than your share, is what I'm kind of getting. And in order to do so, when we pulled the second round of cards, in order to do so, there's going to have to be some strength involved. You're going to have to make a decision, I feel like, between, like, you're going to decide to go somewhere else, but you're going to have to be very careful. You're going to have to possibly defend yourself, not getting legally or anything like that. I just feel like you feel like you're going to have to be defending yourself. And then you do kind of struggle a little bit internally again. I feel like there's just some back and forth here. Okay. Like, it's, you need that strength. You're going to have to make a choice. And I feel like it's going to be with somebody else. And then the 9 of Rods comes in, and you're just going to, like, it's like they pull you back in, and you're going to be like, no, I have to defend myself. This is what I want. This is what I need. And then you're going to have to go back to making that decision process again. Like, you thought you made the decision, and then you had to defend yourself, and you're kind of rethinking some things. And now, like, you're, like, ready to make a new decision, make the same decision twice, as how I see it. And then ultimately we end up as the Queen of Cauldrons, where you have done it. You have defeated and become the queen. Okay. Like, you went through it. Like, you went through the trenches, and you came out on top, and you learned more about yourself and your feelings, how you feel about yourself, what you expect from a relationship. She's a take no shit kind of, you know, partner. She knows what she wants. You know, she has boundaries, emotional boundaries, and she knows how to engage emotionally. And I feel like that's kind of what you learn about yourself is how do I connect emotionally to other people. um, and you kind of develop again the balls, the strength um, to kind of enforce your boundaries. Okay, like you develop those boundaries, you know how to connect, and now you are in a place where you feel comfortable enforcing those boundaries. You know, gain that strength where you can say, no, this is where I draw the line. I'm not going to allow you to treat me like that. This is what I can put into the relationship. This is what we can be together. I'm okay with this, but that's not something that I'm interested in. You know, if you don't like it, you know, then I'm not going to be in the, you know, if you can't accept me the way and my boundaries, then I'm going to move on. You should move on too. But, you know, also develop those skills to connect emotionally and maintain intimacy is the word that, and I'm not, I don't mean physical intimacy. I mean, you know, like connecting emotionally and sharing feelings and understanding the other person's feelings and knowing what it's like to have your feelings understood as well. So that's where I see you heading for this full moon energy. That's kind of what's coming up. So let me know if that resonates. If not, check out your moon rising or Venus signs and or any other YouTube reader. So I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and then head over to the channel. Look for that 1,000 subscriber announcement video, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you, and as always, have a blessed day.